Hey guys, we are almost complete with day one, and I hope that you guys are loving this initial, first step forward in the next 21 days and beyond. Anyways, I love all the activity that's been going on today. I hope it continues for the sake of my sanity and your results because participation in this group does matter. I know from personal experience, there's been, I think, 1 month in the last 2+ years that I have not been a part of a group, and my dedication to my health and fitness suffered because of it. When I'm not showing up in the group, I'm not really showing up in my own life as well. And I've found that true for my challengers as well. So the accountability is like the number one thing with this team, and what I've seen as a coach that not really a lot of other things offer. You can get a program and whatnot, but then you're on your own. So this is definitely the highlight of Beachbody. And what we do is we set you up with a program that's going to give you results, but we're going to walk the journey with you. And it's not just at the end of this 21 days. I want to remind you that you committed to this 3 weeks with us, and whoever your coach is that invited you here and got you set up and talked about your goals and everything, we're not going anywhere. And maybe for some of you, you might get annoyed, but until you tell us, peace out, seriously, leave me the heck alone, we're going to be here with you, and we're going to encourage you, and we're going to remind you of your goals when you forget them, because we're not perfect. None of us are. And it's good to have those people in your life that are like, hey, this is what you told me. You're not really taking those steps to get you to the goal that you shared with me. It's the same. I have a coach. There's coaches on this team that I coach as well, and we hold each other accountable. That's what this is all about. This group is to help you be as successful as possible. And just know that this group and every group forward, you are welcome to be a part of. We want to continue walking this journey with you. So I just want to check in and answer a couple questions, basically, because I guarantee that the girls that I've been talking to today aren't the only ones with these questions. So keep the questions and comments coming. All that does is give me more encouragement that you guys are committed to this and reading the book and ready to dive in, and that gets me so excited. So if you guys haven't checked in already, you'll see the pinned post, which I touched base on Sunday with you. Pinned post will be at the top of your screen. On your phone, remember, you actually have to click pinned post and it'll take you to the page. And on your computer, it should automatically populate to the top. But on the check-in today, I asked you guys a question about basically repeating a statement for me. And it's really about why you're doing this, and that you're worth it, and so on. I want to remind you that there's going to be days and sometimes even periods of time throughout this journey that you're not going to want to show up. You're going to be too tired in the morning. You're not going to want to get up when your maybe fifth alarm goes off, or you had a long day at work, so you're going to not prep your food for the next day, or whatever it is. There's going to be those times when you're like, I'm just not feeling it today. Those are the times that I want you to really think of what you wrote today, your why. They say your why that makes you cry. That deep down rooted reason for getting healthier, for investing. This was not a cheap program. I get that. But you invested in it for a reason. And those are the things that I want you to focus on those days, especially that you don't want to show up, because that's what's going to get you through. Motivation's not always going to be here or be there for you. I cannot motivate you to show up. I can give you the tools and encouragement and tips and what have you, but the motivation, unfortunately, has to come from you. You got to be motivated enough to put in the effort to get you results, so that you don't have to stay and settle for, where you were yesterday or last week or even today, that you can move forward and be your best. So I want you guys to focus on your why. If you haven't checked in and completed that statement, please do. It is so important. Your why is what's going to get you through 10 years from now, because this is not a short-term thing. This is not a diet. This is not a 21-day fix only. This is a We're creating habits to create a lifestyle. We're developing new ways of eating and compromising and learning balance and whatnot. Another thing is following the book, okay? Some people are sending me different things like, is this approved? Is this approved? And it's all in the book for you, but my strongest suggestion is to be completely by the book. If it is not listed in there as an approved food on this meal plan, then at least for the first 2 rounds, I would say no. And that's just because we want to break habits and start new ones. And that was probably the best thing I did for myself. 1, I got awesome results. And 2, when I started introducing things back into my diet, like wine or chocolate or, a little bit of sugar and whatnot, I really didn't miss the wine as much as I thought I would. I used to drink wine almost every single day and, cocktails on the weekend. And when I went that period of time without it, I realized I didn't really miss it that much. So when I brought it back into my routine, I was good having maybe 1 a week or 1 every other week or whatever it is. So I encourage you to do that so you can break those bad habits, or it's going to be more of a struggle moving forward. Okay, so if there are certain things that you really want, then let me know, post in the group, and maybe we can come up with something that's going to be a great compromise for you and create a healthier recipe for you. Instead of ranch dressing, do Greek yogurt, and I have a bunch of seasonings that I add in so that I make my own ranch, because this girl loves ranch. So when I make buffalo chicken tenders, I gotta have ranch with it. So I make a substitute and I compromise, and I'm enjoying that taste without sacrificing my results and sticking with this meal plan. Okay, so I really encourage you guys to be by the book. That's up to you on how strict you're going to be. This program does allow 1 cheat meal a week that you're going to want to plan out. Like I said, my first 2 rounds, I did absolutely 0 cheats. I stuck with it because I invested in this and I wanted really great results. I wanted to see if this whole thing actually worked, because there was no way that I was going to continue with it if it didn't. So I knew that I had to give my best and really prove to myself that this was legit. And luckily it was. So that's up to you. But if you do the cheat meal, you got to plan it out, and hopefully, the whole point is that you're really good throughout the day. So when you do go have that cheat meal, you're not going to beat yourself up. You're not going to be guilty. You're going to go out, you're going to enjoy your girls' night and have a glass of wine or 2, and then you jump back on it the next day. This is not a cheat day. This is 1 single meal that you're going to plan out throughout the week, okay? Something else is Shakeology is a container. It is 1 red container, okay? And remember, red is your protein. Anything that you add to Shakeology needs to be counted. So if you're putting berries in there, if you're putting in a half of a banana into your vanilla shake, which is really good, or your strawberry shake, you got to count that banana, okay? Peanut butter, if you're putting peanut butter in it, I do recommend to use peanut butter powder because it's a freebie. You don't have to count it, but you're still getting the flavor, you're still getting the good fats and the good oils without all the extra calories and bad fats. So use PB2 or some form of peanut butter powder. That's an easy way to kind of cheat that. And, almond milk, I use unsweetened vanilla almond milk. I have it down to about only 2 ounces now. Before I would drink about 6 ounces of it in there. I don't really count my almond milk. That's just my own personal preference. I believe that it is a yellow, and it's just such a small amount of my day. And in the beginning, I didn't like Shakeology without almond milk. I didn't enjoy it with just water and ice. So, that was my decision. So if you're going to go completely by the book, you do want to count it. But I also don't use a full 8 ounces like it says. So only using 2 to 4 ounces and the rest of it water and ice, I don't count it. As far as your portions, yes, you're using the containers, but sometimes it's hard if you're making soup or if you're making, there's a lot of crock pot recipes that I put in the files section for you, and I will be posting a lot during the group. Just make your best guess. Don't go crazy over being like, oh my gosh, is this exactly this? Because you mixed a bunch of things in it, okay? If it's a soup that has a ton of meat in it and not a lot of vegetables, then do not count it as a green, which is your vegetable, and vice versa. If it doesn't have a lot of protein in it, then don't count it as a protein. Make a good judgment call there and guess a little bit. It doesn't have to be absolutely perfect, but, make your best effort. And then just a little reminder that, like I said, participation is definitely going to benefit you. Okay, so check in, let us know what you're doing. I think that you're stopping at McDonald's or under the bed eating Oreos if I don't see you checking in. I want to know what you're doing. I want to help you if you're struggling in any way. If I don't see your posting, you best believe that I'm going to be reaching out to you as well as the other coaches in this group, because we miss you and we want to hear from you. And also, just a little side note to make it fun is there's going to be 3 different days throughout the 21 days, and I'm not going to tell you which days they're going to be, but maybe let's do 4 days. There'll be 4 days throughout this 21 days that you are going to have the opportunity to win some really cool prizes. So whoever is checked in on that day, you're going to have the opportunity, you'll get put into a hat and drawn, for a really awesome prize that us coaches will send out to you. So make sure you're checking in every day so that you have the opportunity to win. And just want to leave you guys with something is, we're not going to be perfect every single day. It's absolutely impossible because, like I said, this is way beyond the 21 days. So there's going to be celebrations and parties and things like that. So I want you to learn the compromise. I want you to make better choices than you were making yesterday. And I want you to, it's like a compound effect. It's these small little choices that we make every single day that maybe seem insignificant, taking a handful here, eating half a donut at work or whatever. It adds up. It might seem really insignificant at the time, skipping that one workout, which then you skipped another one the next week. You see what I mean? It's going to build up and seem insignificant at the time. Then you're going to get the end of the 21 days and you're not really going to see a huge change. And then when you get to the end of 3 months, again, you're not really moving forward a lot. Or all those tiny little times you showed up for yourself because you committed and you remembered that you're worth it and you deserve this, you're going to have rocking results, and it's going to continue to keep moving forward. So, I want you guys to, one, give yourself some slack, know that you're not going to be perfect every day. That doesn't mean you give up. You just say, hey, tomorrow's a new day. I'm forgetting about yesterday and I'm going to be better. Even on your best day, you're going to say, tomorrow, I'm going to be better than I was today. We're always striving to improve ourselves, to grow and to learn more. This is a learning process. I'm still learning things all the time. I'm finding different ways to be healthier and, push myself a little bit more. And, that's the awesome thing about having this group around us, is that we're going to be learning from one another and being inspired from one another, okay? So let me know how day 1 went from you. We want to hear from you. If you have any other questions, please post them below, and we'll definitely get those answered for you. And again, measurements, pictures, if you haven't posted them or shared them with your coach yet, you need to. I'm going to be posting mine here in a little bit when I have somebody to take the picture for me and do my measurements. So guys, I'm so excited. Congratulations on almost completing day 1 and starting this next chapter in your life. I promise, if you show up and you refuse to quit, you will not be disappointed. I'm already so proud of you guys, and I look forward to the next 20 days with you and beyond.